My name is Angel. Welcome to my brand new Booktube channel. I'm filming this on my iPhone. I think it's an iPhone 11, so it's pretty old, and this will probably look pretty crunchy. So today we are going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag because it seems like that is just a rite of passage for when you start a Booktube channel. I clearly do not know what I am doing, so we're just going to try our best to make an entertaining time adventure. So I have my laptop over here with the questions. Question 1 is, why did you start this channel? And the answer is, 'cause I felt like it, which is a pretty bad answer. I think it'll be fun. I think I'll have fun. I've read a lot in this past year. I really got back into reading in 2024, and my partner, my fiance, they read too, but they don't read as much, and they like to read different things than me. We read some of the same books, but there are so many books out there, and we're not always going to read the same books, so I don't really have anybody to talk about them with. My mother-in-law also reads books, so sometimes I get to talk to her, but again, she reads different books than me, so I don't really have anyone to talk about the books I want to read with. I just think it'll be fun. I think I can do it. I'm very underconfident at a lot of things and very overconfident at other things. And I think I can be a booktuber. I think anybody can be a booktuber or a YouTuber. I think, I'm not saying I can be a super successful one, but I can film a video and upload it to YouTube, so why not do it? Question 2 from my sheet over here is, what are some fun and unique things that you think you can bring to Booktube? And I genuinely hate this question because I don't think it should be the point. I don't think you have to have a super unique concept to make a YouTube channel. There are a lot of very unique channels on this platform, but there's also how many Booktube channels where they upload the same things as everybody else, like monthly reading wrap-ups they upload, or TBR videos, or the same like 24-hour reading challenges. The thing that makes all these channels different is just that they're different people, so that is all I have to offer as well. I'm just a different person on the new face that you can look at if you want to. The next question is, what are you most excited about for this channel? And I'm most excited about to yap about books. And if you listen to me yap about books, it's because you want to. You can click away. You don't have to listen to me yap. So I want to yap, and I want people to listen to me yap, and you can choose if you want to. I want to chat in the comments with people, hopefully, about what they like to read and what they're interested in. Question 4 is, why do you love reading? And I don't know. I think it's gonna sound a little weird, but I kind of like not existing. You know how like you get into a good book and everything around you just sort of isn't there anymore because you're just like in the book? I don't exist as me anymore. I exist as just like an observer in this world, or as the character. I like not existing. I think it's fun to just not be a person in the regular world sometimes. I also think it helps me. I read mostly fiction, which is something that will become pretty clear pretty quickly, but I do try really hard to read pretty diverse fiction from different people about different cultures or ideas or concepts. I do also like memoirs, so I, even with fiction books, think there's things to learn, because even though your fiction books are not about real people, they're about real concepts. They're about real, like, historical fictions or even literary fictions. These are based off something. They're usually based off something that can happen in some way. And even the fantasies have that, like fantasies or sci-fis or things like that even have that to some extent. The challenges that people are facing might be like all magical and crazy, but like the themes of the books are still challenges that people could face in our real world. And I like learning. I like not existing. So the next question is difficult. It's what book series got you into reading? And I do not remember, honestly. So I'm currently 21, and this year I have gotten heavily back into reading. But before this year, there was definitely a gap in how much I've read. I was a very avid reader from the time I was like 6 years old. I think like first grade. So the first series I can remember reading is the Little House on the Prairie series by Laura Ingalls Wilder, I think. But that series is definitely the first series I remember reading, and I was very young when I read that series. The next question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? And I don't think I have an answer for this one, so I'm just going to list some of my favorite booktubers, and then I'll probably link them in the description, even though all of them already have followings. So there's Alivia Brown. She's probably the smallest one I'm going to list. She has about 5,000 subscribers. I just really like the style of her videos. I'm also a big fan of Lexi or Newly Nova. I don't have TikTok. I think she's primarily a TikTok creator, perhaps. But I just really like her videos. I think she's really funny. I think she has really interesting takes. I've gotten some good recommendations from her. She's really great. I also really like The Book Leo, who most people have probably heard of. Gotten great recommendations from her. I think she has great takes. Some others I like that are pretty popular. I like Destiny Sidwell's videos. She's also the same age as me, so I like Destiny's videos because I feel like I can relate to a lot of the things she talks about sometimes, because she's from only one state over. So we're both from the Midwest. We're both 21. I think her name, you say her name is, I think her name's Khalilah D. I think she's funny. She reads some different books sometimes too. So yeah, there's other booktubers I like. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head. Question 7 is, what challenges about starting a booktube channel do you think will be the hardest to overcome? I think everything, really, but I'm gonna try not to think about it too much, try not to put that unnecessary pressure on myself. I have a full-time job. I'm also currently a part-time college student. I have a fiance. I have 4 guinea pigs, who you guys will see at some point. I have other things to worry about. This is supposed to be fun. I think some of the things I'm worried about is just that I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to film. I can already tell, like, my videos are going to look a little crunchy compared to everybody else's, just because, probably not everybody else's, but a lot of people's, because I'm not going to spend money on a camera right now when I don't even know if I'm going to do this, and my phone is just what I have. I'm worried about being consistent. I'm worried about if I look at the YouTube analytics and I let it get to my head. So I'm just going to try not to worry. This is supposed to be fun. We're all supposed to have fun here. I'm going to try to not let it bother me. But we'll see. It might end up bothering me. Who knows? question 8 is, when did you start reading? I think I already answered this. When I was about 6 is when I probably really got into reading. I learned how to read really young. I learned how to read when I was about 4. Because I have an older brother who is a year older than me. He's like exactly 13 months older than me. So I'm an annoying little sister, and basically anything he could do, I wanted to do. So I learned how to read when I was 4 because he was learning how to read because he was going to kindergarten. And I was like, as a little kid, I was like, that's not fair. Question 9 is, where do you read? And my answer is anywhere. I probably read at home most often. Right now I'm sitting on the floor in the corner of my living room. But right over there we have a giant beanbag. I read there sometimes. I read on the couch. I read in bed. Usually I bring a book with me. So if I'm like sitting in the car waiting for my partner to get out of class or something, I will read there, or sometimes I'll read on my break at work. So I will read anywhere. I don't really care where I am. And question 10 is, what kinds of books do you like to read? I think this is a difficult question because I want to say everything, but that's probably not actually true. So I think it's going to be easier to list some things that I know I usually do not like to read. I usually do not like most non-fiction books, except for things like memoirs, like accounts of people's stories. I typically have found myself to not be the biggest fan of historical fiction that takes place pre-1900s. So I will read anything. I'll take almost any recommendation, really. I'm hoping to read a lot more fantasy coming up. I have a couple things I'm planning on reading that are fantasy. That's the end of our list of questions. So I want to hear from you guys. Answer any of the questions you want to answer down below. I'm particularly interested in hearing people list what kinds of things they like to read, or what your favorite books are, things like that. Or who are your favorite booktubers that I did not mention in my list, because I'm trying to find some more booktubers to watch, maybe even some smaller creators, because I want to branch out from the ones that I typically watch. If you enjoyed this video, or you're interested in seeing what I do next, please like the video and subscribe. I plan on uploading 3 times a month. I'm shooting for Thursdays, so we'll see if I can remain consistent. And yeah. Ooh, last thing to jump in here. If you like my YouTube channel profile picture, that I think I'll pop up here or something. If you like my YouTube channel profile picture, it's also my channel banner. That was made by my artist graphic designer friend. Her name is Mary Curvey. Her Etsy and Instagram, I think, will be linked down below. I'm probably going to link her in the description of every video. She's a really talented person. If you need anything, check out her. She's cool. And that's it.